Hey friends, I'm JoMo, and today, you guessed it, we're gonna be playing Stardew Valley. Come join me. Good morning, guys. It sounds like it's pretty rainy outside. Let's check the weather for tomorrow and see what's gonna happen. It looks like it's gonna be a beautiful and sunny day, so that's good. But for now, the rain's gonna do most of the work for us in watering all of our crops today. That's really great because it means we have more time to do other things. Do you guys know what farmers do when it's really rainy outside? Well, of course, you could do the regular things that you might do, like planting new seedlings, new starters, harvesting vegetables, and harvesting your crops. But it gets really wet, cold, and muddy outside, so it can be hard to do a lot of the stuff that you would regularly do on a sunny day. So on rainy days, it's good to take a step back and look at how you can better organize yourself and plan for the future. You can even do things like food preparation, like canning vegetables if you've harvested some already. You can even pickle vegetables. You guys know what pickling is? It's a way of preserving fruits and vegetables by submerging them in vinegar. It can taste really good, and fermented foods are really healthy for you. You can also do things like clean out your tool shed, get organized, clean your house, or even clean your room. On rainy days, it's a good opportunity to do things that you wouldn't otherwise want to do outside. Let's head down through the Cindersnap Forest before we really get started with our day. There's a lot of cool things that are going to be happening on today's episode. Everyone's indoors, taking shelter from the rain, but that's okay. We're outside, and you can still enjoy being outside in the rain. In fact, a lot of people actually like being outside in the rain. I actually like going outside and dancing in the rain sometimes, and getting all soaking wet. Hey Willie, let's see, over here, after we pick up this shell, now we can fix the broken bridge right here. What do you guys think is on the other side? Wow, it looks like there's some really cool tidal pools. Do you guys know what tidal pools are? Also, looks like there's another fisherman over here. Let's go say hi. His name's Old Mariner. He says, I've got this old amulet to sell, but something tells me you're not ready for it. That's okay. We don't really need to buy an old amulet right now. It also looks like there's another really cool fishing spot on the other side of this bridge. Maybe we'll even catch some new fish here. But for now, let's head outside of the game, and I want you guys to come join me on this bike ride. It's important not to stare at screens for too long, so even after you finish watching this show, you should go outside and get some fresh air. It'll feel really good. Hey guys, I'm just out riding my bike right now, and you'll never guess what I found. Come check it out. It's a community garden. Do you guys know what a community garden is? It's a place where everyone from the local community can come and have their own little garden patch. And so everyone who lives here comes and manages their own little garden plot. You see all these veggies growing? It's really cool. You can see over here on this garden plot, someone has actually made a really nice beanstalk ladder. Check it out. So the beans will come all the way up through the middle and grow way, way tall. And it looks like right here, we have some strawberries and some leek. But you know what's interesting? It looks like whoever planted these vegetables might be doing something called companion planting. That's when you plant a couple different kinds of fruits and vegetables beside each other that complement each other's lifespan. And over here, this is gonna be a huge bean trellis. Wow, the beans are gonna grow all the way up here. This is so exciting. And you see here, you see how this person has spaced out their plot into squares? This makes it easier to help them plant stuff in the right spots. And it also allows them to kind of calculate the room that each plant needs in order to grow properly. Oh, you can see some right here actually. Wow, this plot even has some nice kale growing already. And you guys see the soil? Some of the soil is much darker. What that probably is really fresh compost. And compost is basically the best kind of soil you can use for growing pretty much anything in your garden. Oh wow, look at all this kale here too. And look at all these little sprouts coming up from the soil. I bet you someone just sprinkled a bunch of tiny seeds in the soil and hope they start coming up. And look at this, chives. These are kind of like spring onions, except they look like grass. Wow. And you see this colorful thing that's dancing in the wind? Not only does it look pretty, but it also scares off birds that might come and pluck out the little seedlings that are growing from the soil. I almost tripped. I wonder if you guys have any community gardens close to where you live. That'd be really cool. Would you let me know in the comments? I also wanted to talk to you guys about this sign here. Can you read what that says? It says Pollinator Pocket Gardens, stewarded by the community to provide a habitat for native pollinators. What this is a sign that basically is saying that this garden bed here is specifically designed for bees. What we want to do for the bees is give them a lot of flowers that burst out in spring with lots and lots of pollen. Whew, it's so bright out. Did you guys know that I actually live kind of close to a real farm? I'm gonna take you around and show you some parts of it. Come join me. This is a greenhouse. This is where they start all the little seedlings. If you look closely, you can actually see them all in here growing, ready to be transplanted in the soil. You can see all kinds of kale growing over there. And look at this field that looks freshly prepared. I bet there's gonna be tons of stuff growing in here soon enough. Maybe we'll come back and look at it in a couple months. It's still early spring, so most of the vegetables and seedlings are just actually starting to sprout. Pretty soon, they'll be growing in the soil and they'll be bursting with color. I wonder if you guys have any farms close to where you live. Now, I know for a fact that on this farm, there's chickens. I want to try and find them and show you guys. Did you know that having chickens on your farm is really advantageous and very beneficial? I'll tell you why. One, because chickens are great pest control. They munch up a bunch of little insects that can be dangerous for your plants. And also, this is kind of funny, chicken poop is actually really good for the soil. Well, I found the chicken coop, but no sign of chickens. I wonder if they're inside sleeping, but because it's the daytime, I feel like they would be outside. Maybe they got moved. We'll keep looking. Look at all this huge field. These are all gonna be full of veggies pretty soon. And you see this green pasture? I'll tell you something cool about this. This is what's known as a cover crop. And cover crops are what you plant in your soil in the off season when you're not using it for vegetables. And cover crops provide a few benefits for the soil. One, they take a bunch of carbon out of the sky and put it into the soil, which is really good for plants and vegetables when you want to grow them. See over here, this is a whole row of green onion, and it looks like leek as well. And you'll notice that there's a little bit of hay or straw on the ground. Do you know what that does? It keeps the soil beneath moist, so you don't have to water them as much. You know, when you guys are outside playing, running around, it's really important to stay hydrated. Drink lots of water all the time, even when you don't feel thirsty. Drinking lots of water is crucial to good health and also just feeling good and feeling happy. I'm just riding through the forest now, and something occurred to me. You know, when I take you guys out of Stardew Valley and into the outside world, like onto farms and inside forests and stuff, I hope that inspires you to get off the screen for a bit and go out yourself as well. Like that person. I know running's not that fun, but even going to the park or going to the beach or doing something outdoors, it's really important to balance outdoor activities with screen time. So let me know in the comments what you're gonna do to go outside. And if you can't read or write, that's okay. Ask your grown-up to help. Go to JoMoKids.tv so you can write me a comment and tell me how you're getting outside and balancing screen time with outdoor activities, okay? How cool was that? I'd really appreciate you guys coming outside with me. We're actually gonna go visit Gunther because I think he needs our help. But hey, there's Penny. Hey Penny, how's it going? I'm tutoring Vincent and Jazz today. They're a handful, but it's nice to make a difference in someone's life. That's true. Sam says, rain muffles sound so I can play my guitar louder without my mom getting angry. Do you guys know anyone who plays instruments? Hey Gunther, how's it going? Gunther looks confused. He says, abysmal. That's not good. Not a single piece in the entire collection, Gunther says. In the collection? I wonder what he's talking about. Let's go find out. He looks surprised to see us. What's this? You found something? Let me see it, says Gunther. We find stuff all the time. In the soil, around town, at the beach. Remarkable, says Gunther. It's very old, he says. I'd love to study this in greater detail, but it is yours. We can give it to Gunther, at least to borrow. He says. I've got a favor to ask you, JoMo. A favor? Would you consider donating any new artifacts or minerals that you find? We could make a groundbreaking discovery together. That sounds awesome. Oh, and who knows, if you keep donating, I might come across some interesting items to send your way. Wow, so there's even possibility to trade stuff with Gunther. Think about it, will you? Of course. If you decide to donate, just bring the objects to the front of the desk. Wow, Gunther is not only a librarian, but he's also an archaeologist. And it looks like we're going to be helping him out with some archaeology. That's really cool. And we even have something to donate to the museum today that we found while we were fishing. It's a jade crystal. And that's the first thing we're going to be donating to the museum so Gunther can study it more. And you know, the great thing about that is that it was also one of our goals, if you guys remember. One of our goals was archaeology. Gunther asked us if we'd consider donating any new artifacts or minerals we find to the museum. He says he'll compensate us by way of occasional rare goods. And we just got 250 gold, so that's a pretty good deal. You know what else I was thinking? It's even better and more fun and more enjoyable to share all your stuff with friends and family and even with your local community. It can be a lot more rewarding to share stuff with other people rather than just keeping it to yourself. Do you guys have any examples of times when someone shared something with you and it made you feel really good? For now, we're gonna head up to Pierre's though and sell him some of our wild foraged vegetables and even a parsnip we recently grew on our farm. There's still lots of time in the day. It's only about 5:20 right now. So we have the entire evening to get organized and do all the things we need to do before bed. And I can think of a few things we're gonna do on the farm. What do you guys think? If you had a farm, what would you do? What would you grow? What kind of vegetables would you make? If you had a farm, would you have any animals on your farm? What do you think the animals would do for you? Maybe you'd make manure out of their poop. Or maybe you'd just take care of them. Or maybe you'd harvest eggs from a chicken. Or maybe you'd harvest wool from a sheep. There's so many cool things that you can do as a farmer. And we're only doing a few of them today in the game. But for now, let's clear some room in the bottom of our farm where we are, because pretty soon we're gonna clear all this away and it's all gonna become new space. We're even gonna plant some rice. Did you guys know we could grow rice in this game? You know, when you plant rice near a little pond or a body of water, the rice can hydrate itself because of how deep its roots grow. And the roots can suck up all the water deep underground. And when you plant rice next to a body of water, you don't have to water it. It'll just water itself. Isn't that cool? Do you guys remember last episode when we helped the JoMos finish their spring foraging bundle? And they gave us 30 spring seeds. So we're actually gonna finish planting those seeds today. I wonder what's gonna grow from those seeds that the JoMos gave us. Do you guys have any ideas? It could be wild foraged vegetables that just grow in our farm. It's definitely gonna be something that grows in spring though. It's getting dark out, so let's get ready for bed. We did a lot today. We even went on a huge adventure outside. I wish we found those chickens though at the farm, but I guarantee you I'll go back and find them so we can look at them. Real life chickens. Have you guys ever seen real life chickens before? Anyways, let's take a deep breath and get ready for bed. Why don't you guys do it with me? Taking a deep breath is the best way to check in with your body and ask yourself if there's anything you need before going to bed. Maybe you're hungry or thirsty. Taking a deep breath is the best way to figure that out. And we even leveled up in a bunch of stuff, like mining, foraging, and even fishing. And my favorite thing about this whole thing is that we are doing it together. So I'll see you guys next time on the next episode. of JoMo kids. And don't forget to go to my website and leave a comment telling me what you're gonna do to balance screen time and how you're gonna create at least 3 new activities to do outside when you feel bored.